that many people, they tend to take what I say and they try to twist it. I could talk about the Superman thing and not even mention Zack Snyder at all. Just mention Superman, and they're gonna call me a Snyder cultist, right? It's just I don't get it. They have to understand when it comes down to a brand, when you've been burnt so many times, you tend to give up on it. There's a reason why the films continue to flop, and it was because they were not impressive. They lost the audience, man. Don't have to say, well, this is better than that. This is better than this. Because personally, when I saw Man of Steel, I didn't even talk about Christopher Reeve's Superman. When I watched the first trailer, I didn't have to even compare. You feel what I'm saying? I didn't have to say, oh, this is going to be much better than Reeve's Superman or Superman's Returns. I didn't have to say that. I just went in excited about the film, the version that I was going to get, and hoped that it was going to be good. Lo and behold, I walked out of the movie theater and I was blown away by how great Man of Steel was.
The only thing that most people like us when Man of Steel came out, the only thing that most people were comparing it to was just Superman Returns, because that was the latest previous Superman film that came out before, and a lot of people didn't like that. And so basically, Man of Steel was what most people wanted with a Superman film in modern times.
Yeah, well, true, because Superman Returns, he didn't throw a punch.
But
what's up, Trico?
Man of Steel to Christopher Reeve.
What up, O?
Right. Nobody did that. It's my boy Trico, this Phil Goblin. I know you guys probably been on here before. I can't remember or not because it's been a while. The 4KO. I got to go live a little bit more, you guys. I got to go live. So what's up, Trico? What you thought about the trailer? Oh, you know what, Trico? Hold on. We got a $10 super chat. It comes from Christopher Tam. I was born in 85, so when I watched the Christopher Reeve movies on video, I didn't feel anything about it compared to Batman 89. Even Star Wars had more influence on me. Yeah, that's how I felt as well. I felt the same exact way, because like I said, I was introduced to the character through the comic books. So when I saw the Reeves movie, I said, this is not what I read just 2 weeks ago. You feel what I'm saying? But people love it. They feel like it made Superman famous.
As a movie on its own, people liked it, but compared to the comics, it's not really comic accurate.
It's not. What's up, Trico? What you thought of the trailer, bro?
First things first, like you're finally going live. I was like, when is O going to go live again? I was like, now we finally talk about something we're interested. So
yeah.
So as far as the Superman preview, it's looking good so far. I can't give any promises if the movie's gonna be good or not. I can't make any promises. We just gotta wait till July. But I have some questions. First off,
okay,
Crypto. I know he's not fully trained. He's still in his like puppy years. So if they're gonna do a sequel, depends on how the movie does in the box office was, because I'm hearing rumors that it might be between $200 or $300 million in budget. So if that's the case, they probably would have to make at least probably 700 million to break even. So we'll see how that goes from there. And
yeah, they're doing reshoots too, which James Gunn said he never does, but
yeah,
it's reported that they are doing it.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm giving you my critique on it, but I feel like it can make $700 million worldwide. I mean, it's in the midst of the summer. I mean, I don't feel like it's going
up
to
against
flop.
Jurassic World and Fantastic Four. So.
I mean, July is stacked. Like in the first
week, it's stacked.
World, you got Superman the next week. After that, then you got a
Fantastic Four,
Smurf, and I Know What You Did Last Summer reboot, and then the last week you got the Fantastic Four.
Right, so it is stacked. That's why I say that Superman should have moved to like Christmas. I mean, think about it. The Christmas opening weekends, them things, they leggy, bro. Like you could open to $80 million and end up with $400 million domestically through the Christmas holiday break. So that's why I felt like Superman should have moved to that release date, and $1 billion would have been on the table, regardless if the film was bad or not. Just out of curiosity, people was going to go to the movies and see it, especially if you made it like the big Christmas going movie. You know what I'm saying? I just feel like that's what they should have put the film at in December.
I think the reason why they're not moving this back is because WB thinks that by keeping it in that same date with everything else that's coming out, they think it's going to help it. But I don't know. The thing is, with movie prices going up, you know, and people are being more selective, I just don't see it. I just think it's going to backfire them, you know.
Well, self-insertment could probably sink it because remember, that's James Gunn's dad's birthday, so he probably doesn't want to move it. But he could be right, he could be wrong. You know what I'm saying? He could be right, he could be wrong. But I would have just
before the business.
Right, I would have just opened it in the best release date possible, away from all competition. And the reason why is because of the perception of DC right now. Think about it like this: Blue Beetle is a high-rated film. It flopped. The Flash was not rotten, even though we didn't like the film, or some may like it, but it was not rotten on Rotten Tomatoes. It still had a passing grade on the damn audience score. It flopped. Same thing goes for like Aquaman. That wasn't really a bad film. It flopped. Then you got Wonder Woman 1984.
Too.
And that came out during Christmas. So it's kind of like, look, the perception of the brand is not strong. So you need to get this film a release date that many will say, okay, look, it needs to be by itself right there. Like how they did with the first Suicide Squad movie. They put that thing in August back in 2016. Bam, $750 million worldwide without China. See, a lot of people don't realize that about it.
They're not doing a good job of marketing either. I think a lot of people I've talked to at work didn't even know that this movie was coming out. And the people who did know, they said they're not going to bother to see it. They said they're just going to probably wait until it comes to streaming.
Because they skipped the Super Bowl. I mean, think about it. Kendrick Lamar had 100 million people watching, bro, and you skipped that. Why would you skip that? You got to come off the $6 million for that 30-minute TV spot. 30-second, I'm sorry, TV spot. I'm sorry, man. Kendrick Lamar had 108 million people. You know if the number is Trico?
Yeah.
But you know what? Going back to what I want to talk about the preview. So, y'all saw the part when he was burning by the sun. So normally,
yeah. Oh, you know what? My bad. We did cut you off.
But
my bad. We did cut you off.
Like saying "ow, ow" in the sun. So I'm thinking this is just my prediction. When he fell like in there. So my thing is that Lex Luger probably created something that can compete with Superman and made him like, oh, like this man bleed. He got broken bones and all that stuff. That's just my prediction.
Well, I don't know. Personally, him screaming does not bother me. I didn't say anything about that. It doesn't bother me that he's screaming or whatever. What bothers me is that goddamn crypto footage. That's what bothers me.
Yeah, because like I said, he's still in his puppy years. But if they make a sequel, I think he'll be more trained and more like mature.
Oh my god. Well, I hope so. But at the same time, maybe it'll work for James Gunn's Superman, and they may not want to take it out. You ever thought about that?
Yeah. And what you said earlier about moving Superman to Christmas, I was like, no, oh no. You got to realize Avatar is in there. And Superman can't compete with Avatar. No.
Oh, yeah. You know what? I forgot about Avatar. Fire and Ash, huh? That's the name of the next one. Fire and Ash. Yeah, so I forgot about that one. So, well, I would have probably put Superman against the Thunderbolts rather than that of Jurassic World and Fantastic Four. So maybe May. You know, I mean, just somewhere where it's not sandwiched in between two big tempos. Because we know people are going to go see Fantastic Four. And not to mention, all of these movies are going to be selling tickets at the same time. You know what I'm saying?
And going to the Fantastic Four, you think people are just going to see it just because, like, we'll have a cameo of what Robert Downey Jr. going to look like as Dr. Doom. Same thing what they did for Black Adam. They say, we just want to see Henry Cavill in there just because he's in there.
Well, personally, I'm buying a ticket for Galactus, not even for the Fantastic Four. That's right. I want to see what they're going to do with Galactus because I was highly disappointed when it came down to that damn Cloud in Rise of Silver Surfer. Oh my goodness. Who thought of that? Who thought of
Yeah,
that? So
I hope
I
in the
want to
new
see
trailer.
what
I hope in the
Galactus
new
looking.
trailer they give us like a full what Galactus look like because we ain't see his full face in the teaser.
No. And from a rumor I heard, Galactus is supposed to be the villain that is going to go against the Celestials up in the main MCU timeline. That's what I heard. That's what I heard. They fear him or something along those lines because he's a god eater or something as well. Because remember, they come from the planet. You know the Celestials. They come from the planet, and he's looking for planets with them seeded into it. That's my understanding, and that's supposed to be some kind of Galactus saga, some shit like that, from my understanding.
Yeah. How do you feel about the robots in the scene?
We got a super chat. I'm sorry, y'all, from Christopher Tam. The promo feels similar to The Flash, but all the reshoots happening so close to release date. To me, the film looks like an ordinary superhero movie. It doesn't stand out. I agree with that. I said that myself. It doesn't stand out as something different. Now, the robots, like you said, that is a little different. We haven't really fully gotten that from a Superman film. Yeah, we had the robots in Man of Steel, but we really haven't gotten the walking robots, you know what I'm saying? And the laughing automatons. I don't know how you laugh if you're automatons. That's another problem. So when it comes to the robots, how the hell is 12 laughing?
When they just said they don't have any feelings or emotions,
Yeah. Come on, Trico. Explain that one for me.
You know what? I want y'all opinion about this. I'm hearing a rumor that Bradley Cooper could play as Jor-El.
Yeah, I heard that too.
What y'all think?
I heard that too.
What do you think about that casting?
I love Bradley Cooper as an actor, so I ain't gonna never get mad at anything he's played in. I ain't gonna lie to you, dude. I've been on him since The Hangover, and what was the other one? Limitless. Oh man, look, that was fantastic. So I'm not mad that he's playing Jor-El, as long as they make him look like Jor-El. You know what I'm saying? Don't have the guy coming in, his hair all slicked back with rings on his hand and stuff like that, because I feel like they're going to give him that ego aesthetic. You know what I'm saying? Because I hear that Jor-El sent him to Earth to conquer it. That's what I heard.
As long as he also doesn't act too comedic like Bradley Cooper from The Hangover,
Right, but he can act serious though. Brady can act.
But,
I like
also,
Bradley.
Did you read the plot leaks where they said that Jor-El sent Superman to Earth to conquer it?
That's what I heard, that they say that he supposedly was sent to Earth to conquer it. Now, that was an elite. Don't take that as me reporting it to you guys. It's just a rumor that is floating around right now that Jor-El is also a conqueror. I don't know, but I don't like that. I do not like Jor-El.
I kind of believe it because of what Gunn did in Guardians 2 with Ego being Star-Lord's
Ego.
head.
Right, and that's what I was saying. I don't want him to give that ego aesthetic as a character. That's exactly what I was saying. But Trico, could you please answer my question? How does the robots laugh and feel emotions if they're automatons? Because I'm listening to the dialogue.
I don't know, cause I gotta see how these robots do. Different from what the robots did in Man of Steel to get my full opinion on it, because all I'm seeing is one is the lady one, she was all interested in Superman. I was like, wait a minute, she getting a little something tingling and what's going on here?
Man, she act like she want Claire to clap her cheeks or something. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Like, what the heck? I'm like, hold on. I'm like, hold on, no, wait a minute. What you gonna do? Jump on the man while you laying there? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, hold on. So somebody said that she's new and she's pretty defective. That's what someone said to me. They was like, obviously, dude, because don't get me wrong, but these these Gunn fans, they don't understand that you can only critique what you're shown and not what you could assume. You know what I'm saying? They're like, obviously she's defected and all that there, but should everybody in the room recognize that? All these other automatons, should they say, look, you're not acting accordingly, 12? And shouldn't Superman say, well, why this motherfucker just laughed at me if you just told me you automatons? I mean, come on, nobody's gonna ask the question. And because let me tell you why I say that. Right, but let me tell you why I say that. Because if this is going off of the All-Star Superman storyline, if you remember the animated cartoon film, in that film, one of the robots allowed Polaris to hack him. I don't know if you remember that or not. And he was the reason why Polaris had some kind of security, something to be able to sneak past to where he gets closer enough to Earth, right? So maybe, just maybe, this robot is hacked, but that should also make you question her actions. You know what I'm saying? It should make you say, look, something's not right with 12. Now, I didn't got the full context of the scene, but at the same time, it is what they showed me. And I can only tell you,
they keep saying that scene is supposed to be in the very beginning of the movie, too.
Yeah, with him falling out the sky. From the test footage screenings, they say that is how the film opened up, with Superman just falling out the sky. And I don't know how you open the film up like that. Maybe you come and you say, look, this is what happened. And when Superman starts to yell and scream, they cut to the open credits. And then they go and play the movie all the way up until that point. Then it comes back and Superman gonna be healed, standing there and stuff like that, ready to go. I guess that's how they
do, like what Deadpool did, where it opens up with that and they do flashback of showing like how everything happened beforehand, and then in the middle of the movie they go back to that scene and then follow it up. You know?
Yeah,
maybe
to do a flashback.
Maybe
because I think like. Because like when they show Mr. Terrific, they show Green Lantern, Hard Girl, like this is my prediction. I think they come in like when Superman is on the injured side, and then you have the kid, he's holding up the Superman flag, calling for Superman, and then they like I said, all the superheroes, they have to fight all of Lex Luger's goons, and then maybe that's when Lois Lane convinced Superman to come back and all that stuff. So I'm just going by to what the trailer has given us to try to give us a clue, like, oh, this is what they're going for. So I don't think that would be stupid if they do that in the opening scene. Like that wouldn't make sense for him falling out the sky. That wouldn't make sense.
Well, some films have worked that way. Some films have worked. Not all, because the story has to follow and also make sense with it. You know what I'm saying? But not all. I don't know, man. I don't know. I mean, I'm gonna watch the film. I may not even watch it opening weekend because I really and truly do not want to waste my money on another DC film. At least I can say with Marvel, I enjoyed Deadpool and Captain America: Brave New World. I didn't enjoy the Marvels, and I didn't enjoy Thor: Love and Thunder, but I did like Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. So with me, the Marvel track record is a little bit better now than it is with DC. So they're not going to be the company that I cannot wait to go see a film that they produce anymore until they impress me. Now, this is not me saying, oh, they need to restore the Snyder first, because I understand that many people, they tend to take what I say and they try to twist it. I could talk about the Superman thing and not even mention Zack Snyder at all, just mention Superman and they're going to call me a Snyder cultist. Right? It's just, I don't get it. They have to understand when it comes down to a brand, when you've been burnt so many times, you tend to give up on it. There's a reason why the films continue to flop. And it was because they were not impressive. They lost the audience, man. It's almost like, what's the name of that damn shoe company that used to be number one back in the days, man? It was that
was it Converse?
No, not it was Converse. Converse was number one. But Converse was stuck in their ways so much, and they allowed Nike to come in and revolutionize the shoe game. And Nike was satisfying everybody. Every time I bought some Converse afterwards, I say, listen, these shoes are trash. They're trash.
They told that story in the Michael Jordan biopic movie Air. They talked about it.
Yeah, these shoes, this is some trash ass. I don't even understand how Chuck Taylor's was even that famous in the first place. I don't. After I start wearing Nikes, I said, now this is what sneakers are supposed to feel like on your feet. I never went back to All Star. I haven't bought a pair of Chuck Taylors in 25, nearly 30 years. And I'm 40 years old. Nearly 30 years. Never went back. So you have to satisfy the customer. Thanks for tuning in. And don't forget to like and subscribe. And visit my channel on a daily for more content, movie reviews, and trailer reactions. And also movie news.